Welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the Impact. No, sorry, this is the OG channel. Jaybone, I am out of it. I am way out of it. This is the coronavirus has me going crazy. Let me try that again. Welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the OG channel, Throwback Edition. This is Trent, my co-host, Jaybone. Jaybone, say hello to the people. Wrong way. Here we go. Yeah. Oh my God, Jay. You gotta say hello to the people. Jay, I threw it off. I threw the whole thing off.
Oh my God.
Corona crazy, man.
Thank God for Mountain Dew Zero.
Jesus. Is that zero? It doesn't look like zero to me. What are you drinking there?
It's zero. It's the
Jay-Bone,
new stuff.
The whole thing's got me thrown off. The intro. I didn't know what day it was. I've been isolated in my house. I've been self-quarantined. I don't know what's going on. No idea. Jesus Christ.
Same here, man. I feel you, dude. You know, we just try to keep a positive mental attitude going through this. You know, it's getting scarier by the day out there. A little bit of real talk before we jump into this. Whoever jumps in here for any amount of time during these trying times, no matter if you're a family guy and you got a family to take care of, if you're single or whatever, everyone is affected by this worldwide. There is not unless you live in northern Alaska, there is not a person on this planet that is not affected on this some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So look, we do our best, especially in times like this, to entertain you guys, to share some love, just to remind you guys to try to keep a level head through all this. And most of all, and you forget this, just be nice to each other. Seriously, just be nice to each other.
It's rough times, guys. These are rough days. You know, coronavirus has really been an ordeal. As Americans, we've never faced anything like that. I mean, in our lifetime, you know, national shutdowns,
especially this time of year. I mean, you know, we're all looking because this. Look, you know, a lot of stuff revolves around WrestleMania this time of year. We just got the news minutes ago that it's no longer going on at the stadium. They're putting it in front of 0 people, closed set, which means everything else is canceled.
TNA, No Place Like Home, canceled. WrestleCon canceled. WrestleCon getting sued by the Marriott Hotel. You hear about this? The Marriott's suing WrestleCon for $115,000 because they said we were equipped to take on your show and you're canceling, even though the government hasn't shut it down. You're canceling prior to that. So they're suing them. It's a disaster what's going on in the wrestling community right now.
The guy
AAW feeling it. You name it, man. We're feeling all of us are feeling it.
The guy that owns High Spots is the guy that books WrestleCon. And he posted a few days ago, and this is as real as it gets. He says, if this thing goes haywire, I'm going to have to sell my house. And that's so sad.
That's sad.
I mean, you know, this is the stuff we look forward to watching and or going to every single year this time of year. And because of this stupid virus, everything, and I mean everything, is going haywire. But big businesses are going completely out of control. Small businesses getting closed. It's
sad. I don't even know what to make of it. Honestly, you know, we're like officially a day into this. And it's like, even one day I already felt, I'm like, holy shit, this is weird, man. But hey, here's what we're going to do. We're still going to broadcast as long as we got internet, right, Jay? Jay and I are home.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to broadcast. He'll be doing Smash as well. We'll be doing the throwback show here. We'll be doing the weekly Total Nonstop Impact, because the great thing is Impact Wrestling being a tape show is the greatest thing to ever happen in this time.
Yeah,
go figure that.
They've got at least a month's worth of programming set.
They're set.
You know, and they might have to tweak a few things, because now everything mid to late April that they had booked is now done.
Well, they're taped up to Rebellion.
Yeah.
So we got a month. We got a month of TV.
It's just after that, that's going to be a big question mark
Yeah.
as far as what are they going to do? Are they going to do a closed set thing like the WWE? You know, and they could maybe do that like in a small type arena, you know, with, you know, closed set, only the most necessary people there. They could do that. NWA is completely shutting down everything. WWE's doing closed sets. MLW is canceling all their shows. OVW is canceling all their shows. So we just got to stay patient. No matter what happens, we're going to do our best to come on here and entertain you guys. If that means when we run out of episodes, like new episodes to run out of, I don't know what we'll do. We'll discuss it, and we'll still keep coming on here every week, if not every other week, and do our best to just keep sanity going.
Yeah, like you couldn't have said it better, Jaybone. That's what we'll do, guys. I'm hoping by a month we'll be getting some semblance of normalcy back. You know, listen, the first couple
ahead of this.
Yeah, well, the first couple of weeks are the most critical. This first week, to me, I think is the week that's going to tell you where things are going to fall. You know what I mean? So, like, everybody crack down on yourselves this week. Let's see where it goes. And in a month, we could at least be towards the other side of this in a month. It's a numbers game, Jay. It's math, right? It's all math.
Yeah.
Less people out there, the less chance it has. That's it. You just got to cut it down. So
it's called, if you don't have to go out, folks, for like a week or two, not that you can't leave the house, not that you can't leave your couch, but if there's something that you don't have to do, skip it. But
I'll tell you what, one awesome thing is Impact Wrestling announced, or Ethan Page announced it for Impact. They didn't announce it. Impact is going to be paying all their employees during this time for all the shows that they're not going to be able to do. How cool is that? I think that's very incredible. Cool. Very, very cool. Kudos to Impact Wrestling. You know, guys, tweet that. Go ahead and reshare that and tag all those dirt sheets in those tweets. All the guys who talk shit, you know, in the past, let them know how good Anthem is. Let them know how great Anthem is to this brand, what they've done. Let them know that. Tag all the Meltzers and the Kellers and all those idiots. Let them know that look what this company's doing now. It's awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah, right.
AAW, Tim, is not running. We were set to go. We had the green light. And then we said, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to cap it at 250. That was the limit the city was giving us. They cleared us for 250 people. We were going to do it. And then we were told the city's shutting down. So we had to scrap the whole thing. So very heartbreaking. It was our big anniversary show. We had a lot going on. We're giving away, I'll plug it here too. AAWondemand.com, free month. If you go, we're giving a free month away to everybody. Go to the Twitter, AAW Pro, and AAW Family is the promo code. 1 free month. Take it. Catch up. Watch all the shit you want. Go ahead. Lots of Impact talent on AAW. Lots of them. You want to catch up? Go for it.
Oh, just indie talent in general is the best.
Jay, sign up. I'll tell you, go get your free month. Start watching. But like Jay said, guys, we'll be here. And if we go beyond a month, once we get through Atlanta and let's say Rebellion's postponed, we'll double up on the throwbacks. You know, we'll do that. We'll just keep pushing throwback shows. And you know, we'll figure it out. We'll talk about it. We got some stuff in mind. But let's get going. We're here to talk NWA-TNA number 15, guys. This took place on October 2nd, 2002. So we're going to jump into that from the Nashville Fairgrounds. Jay Lee, want to say hi to a few people in the chat first? Let's just greet the folks who are also quarantined with us in this chat here today. Mira Nisa, Millard Harris, Tim Bischoff, C. O'Connor, Zach Bonifer. Who else we got here? Man. Miller Harris. I said Miller Harris. Global Wars is here. Nice. Very cool. Where's I know I saw somebody else here. Mir's here. He's not giving me a hard time today. Mir's actually Eric DeHoff's in the house too. Very nice. Mir, thank you for sparing me today. I did not have any I don't smoke. Guys, I'm a total straight edge. I've never done anything. This is the quote unquote beer I drink. This is non-alcoholic beer. Non-alcoholic.
Klaus,
I don't do anything.
What is that? Klaus what?
Klausthaler. Non-alcoholic.
Klausthaler. Yeah.
Look at that. I don't do anything. I've never had a drug in my life. I'm a total straight edge, guys. Dead Punk Gage in the house too. Very cool, guys. All right, so let's do it, J-Bone. Let's jump in. It's 316 day. Austin is not on this show that we're going to review.
Not this one. No, that's somewhere else. You got to go for that. But
it would have been nice if this was episode 16 on 316. I think you said that, right, Jay? You were talking in our chat.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, it's episode 15 on 16," and that's there's really nothing special about that.
No,
other than their consecutive numbers. But whatever.
so this is 15, guys. We are in October at this point, right? We have gotten about almost 4 months into the company. You have at this point, you have a pretty nicely core established roster. First few weeks, right, Jay? As you saw, a lot of in and outs, a lot of guys come in and out here and there, but there's like a solid, I want to say maybe 10 who are there every show at this point. So you're developing a core, which is nice right here. But we're getting used to them. What do you got?
Speaking of in and out,
burger.
I got no.
Oh, I can go for an In-N-Out burger.
Right? I've heard yummy things about them.
Great.
I got 2 words.
In-N-Out burger.
Where's Athena?
Yeah. Where's Athena?
Where's Athena? I see signs every single week that say, stop wasting Athena. But where is we haven't seen her since the first, 2-3 weeks consecutively, and we're in week 15.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, was she on that Miss TNA Battle Royal? Was she on? I can't remember.
No, she was just at ringside, doing deals or something.
Yeah, so she's the ringside girl. Now here's the thing that used to kill us. When I watched this back originally in 2002, and we kept seeing a million signs for Athena. My buddy Dave and I were like, who the hell is Athena?
Total nonstop Athena, yeah.
She's so over. It's incredible. I'm like, why is everybody about Athena?
I mean, she's gorgeous, but wow, yeah.
She's the ringside. She's local, I think. I believe she was a local wrestler. So she had a lot of local following, man. She was just a ring girl, but she was super over, though. Speaking of the signs, Jay, one thing I got to take away from this episode, the signs in this episode were out of control. Some of the signs were amazing. I'm like in the crowd. Did you notice the signs in this show? They were like, this group was buck wild.
Oh, it has been for several weeks. The best one is the TNA Chad stuff is every week. The other one that usually pops up somewhere within a row of it or somewhere right next to it is something about Jeff Jarrett has no penis.
Yeah. I saw that today. Jeff Jarrett has no penis. I saw today this one. I saw Jeff Jarrett is a penis. I saw that one, and each letter of penis was underlined. It was like P.
Is that what it was? I thought it said Jeff Jarrett had no penis or something.
It might be a different sign. I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. Who knows? Either way, there's Jeff Jarrett, and he's a dick or something. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's kick it off, Jaybone. Let's kick this one off. Number 15, guys, Tennessee Fairgrounds, Nashville, Tennessee. No dark matches listed on this one. So we kicked off with BG James and Six Pac opening the show, hitting the ring. Very DX like, Jay. You know, this is 2 members of DX right here now. Let's keep that in mind. Let's not forget these are two DX members here. So there's a little bit, that vibe is there. And
he is rhyming.
Ooh, he's rhyming. Man, BG is rhyming. Hey, what a great promo, huh? This was awesome.
J awesome, to the A to the Y to the bone. What?
This is Jay in the 80s during his breakdance DJ Public Enemy days. BJ is going nuts, rhyming. They make an open challenge to Lawler and Jarrett. And Lawler, and then Jarrett comes out and he jumps into this whole mix, right, Jay? So Jarrett's in there trying to mix it up. And then I'm trying to remember what exactly the sequence. So they make a challenge. He calls out Killings. That's what happened first. I'm sorry. They call out Ron Killings. BG calls out Ron Killings.
Yeah.
And then while Ron Killings is shooting back at BG, Jarrett comes out and he's shooting back.
So it's almost like a Twilight Zone moment. What has Jarrett been going after these first several months of this show?
Yes. It's weird.
And now he's standing side by side with Killings holding the gold and almost kind of like shoving it in Jeff's face. Like, I'm side by side with you, but I got this.
right. So it's weird.
Yes.
So like, BG,
oh my God.
So BG's calling out Lawler. And then he calls out Killings. Jared comes out. Well, before that, even Six calls out Low Key for saying Low Key doesn't deserve a title shot because he's not in our league. So there's like this, they're setting up all these little landmines, right? And then that's when the truth's out there. That's all going on. Jared comes out doing that whole thing. He dogs on Scott Hall for being a drunk because that's why he's not there. And he says, I'm going to challenge you guys to a handicap match. And while he says that, he goes, it's going to be me and these two. As soon as he says these two, Lawler and Elix Skipper jump BG and Six in the ring. They brawl back and forth. But Six Pac and BG leave them laying, so they're out. So first segment ended. So kind of a wild first segment. A little bit all over the place, though, Jay. A lot of setups in this one. A lot of setups. I was kind of over the place explaining it because there was so much going on.
I'm gonna grow that blonde beard. I can't.
That little ponytail beard.
That little, yeah. It was like this long, and it just was like 3 hairs sticking straight out of
weird.
BG's chin. That's like
strange look.
I'm gonna do that.
But what looked great was Six Pac looked fantastic here.
Six Pac looks like $1 million in these first few episodes that he debuts on. Oh,
he looked great.
He just, man. Yeah. This is a little nod to him if you couldn't figure it out.
Dude, he was jacked. I was like, man, this guy looks fantastic. So good for him, man. Good for him. He was definitely coming off a good run there. But we opened up the show, first match of the show. What's up?
What does Road Dogg say? Us wily veterans.
Yeah. That's what they're talking about.
Six Pac.
That's what he's talking about. Six or Low Key not being in their league. And which is interesting. Like, remember, Low Key's like 21 at this point, super young. Low Key's really, and again, you can see them just setting up for that eventual feud right there.
Oh yeah.
We kick it off, guys. First match is Red taking on Shark Boy. I love how Mike TNA is justifying the goofiness of the Shark Boy gimmick. Did you catch that, Jay? He's like, it's a little goofy, but he can sure work or something. Like he's letting you know, like, don't discount him. It's not like it's terrible.
Oh, yeah. These two, it's not like later when he shows up and he's fat and he's got, he's walking around with, he's got like a sugar coma with the donuts. No, he was like a legit worker back then. He looked great.
I remember being at an indie show in 2003 or 2002 with Shark Boy on it here. And he was doing the biting gimmick where he's biting a guy. And my buddy from
he did that in this match.
He did it in this match. And my buddy goes, how are you biting him? You have a mask on. And he stops and he goes, I'll show you at intermission, God damn it. I'll never forget it. It was just, I'll never forget that moment. I'll show you at intermission, God damn it. Pretty good match. Pretty interesting match. But the interesting part of this match is out of nowhere, Elix Skipper gets on commentary. He interferes in commentary. And is going on about how he's been taken out of the handicap main event. And
that
he's
was like, quick.
Real quick. I mean, you're talking minutes, mere minutes. He's out, right, Jay? He's going on. He starts saying, maybe Ron is right about all this. Maybe Ron Truth is right about all the bias in this company. So he's going on. Mike TNA's going back and forth with him. So they got a little box. They got the little little side screen box to let you know where he's at.
It's real uncomfortable because he's bitching and moaning, and the guys in commentary are like, "Hey, we know your situation sucks, but hey, maybe you could help us call this match."
You can tell Mike TNA's trying to call the match, and he's just going on about the race cards and all that stuff. So interesting, but then they confirm it too. The commentators end up confirming the whole thing about him being taken out, that it's going to be a regular 2-on-2 tag match in the main event. Red wins with the infrared and then the standing shooting star. But as soon as it's over, Elix Skipper attacks Red, beats him down, takes out the security guards who come in until Don Harris comes in and breaks it up. The big man takes it up.
He is all over this episode.
All over. Big man is definitely all over this for sure.
He's the only one that really made a difference as far as security in this episode. There was one guy. It's like if you go back and you watch these guys hit the ring, man, man, grab some popcorn and just replay these segments like 10 times in a row and have yourself a damn good laugh. There's one guy who looks like a midget version of Ron Harris.
Yes. I was like, who is that guy? Their other brother?
The 2 or 3 times that security ran in the ring. Now I'm not knocking this. I'm having a laugh with this. So, don't take it as, oh man, I can't believe how poorly organized this. No, this is hilarious. But these guys were, crew and or, they're young, pardon the expression, young bucks, they're green, whatever you want to call them. This guy hits the ring and falls down.
Yeah, he's done.
Like he ran into someone and then just fell down.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you didn't get hit yet. Don't fall down yet. It's like, if you keep replaying it, it's so damn funny.
It's like,
and he did that twice in the show.
It's like the 2002 version of the ghost punches, That's what it is, basically. It's like that version. But yeah, you're right. And he looks just like he looks like the Harris twins' little brother. It's so funny.
Yeah.
We're in the back with Low Key and Goldilocks. He's got some word for Ron Killings for their match later.
Oh, just real quick. Sorry. Got a question here.
Let me answer this question here. Trent, do you think with wrestling companies not having any arena fans for the foreseeable future, do you think that storylines will change without crowd reactions? ICU, AEW, etc. Yeah. Well, Impact, I can say, well, they're taped, right? They're taped through for a month. I think at least for 4 more weeks, you at least got Impact with reaction. And then we'll be able to react online. That's the good thing, right? We can at least give that to them. The other companies, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be real tough. You won't be able to gauge anything. How do you gauge
This is uncharted territory for wrestling fans and wrestling companies. A lot of people are just going on the fly like, now what? I mean, I feel for them. This is crazy.
I mean, as AAW, I mean, we're one of the bigger indies in the country, and it's like we're thinking of new ideas. We're trying to figure stuff out. Some of our competitors are coming up with ideas locally and stuff. I mean, people are, I don't want to use the word scrambling, but we are definitely trying to be creative because that's all we can be. And I'm sure on the bigger levels, like an Impact, AEW, WWE, they have more resources available to them. They got to be really creative. And but again, the benefit is that Impact taping, I'm telling you guys, this is the biggest benefit to them. I'm gonna mention this again on the weekly show on Thursday, but this is awesome for them that they can at least keep the product out there at a normal time. We can feel normalcy with this.
Yeah.
If you're a WWE fan, you're disrupted. You're watching an empty arena show. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? So,
and I give them so much credit for trying to keep it going.
You got to do what you
really do. I mean, I watched a little bit of SmackDown the other night, not to talk about another show, but I did, and it was like, it's eerie. It really is. It's funny, but it's eerie.
It's definitely eerie. I saw a clip and I was like, what the hell? Let's keep going here, though. Killings comes out and restarts. It's a couple words for Low Key, and then starts and retorts basically what Low Key said, and the match is underway. Low Key's out. Killings and Low Key, World Heavyweight title on the line. A little early for Low Key to be getting a title shot, but maybe not because he had the X title. He was. But yeah, like Global Warrior's saying, so super underrated, so much potential to be a top talent. But from what I heard, he just has his own. He marches to the beat of his own drum. He's a tough guy. He's pretty set in his way, how he wants to operate his business. I don't know too much. I know we had him at AAW. I was really new to the company when we had him, so I never dealt with him. But I know he's just a very straight type of, just a rigid type of guy. So he does what he wants to do. Maybe that held him back. I don't know. No idea. But I give him credit because he does what he does what he wants to do. I'll say that. So let's keep going. So here's the interesting thing about this one, Jay. Mortimer Plumtree is on the ramp taking notes on this one. And
he's
it's like
out there for almost every other match.
Yeah, well, I'll mention. I noted it every match he's out there for, but he's out there taking notes, and they refer to him. They give him a camera spot. Yep, just doing exactly what you're doing there, Jay. The best sign of the night I saw during this match, Jaybone. The best sign. Did you catch it? Please tell me you caught this one too. There was a sign in the crowd during this match that said Ron Killings is Tracy Chapman.
Oh my God. Yes.
I lost it, man. I
Like
fully
in the
lost
middle and the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
They zoomed in on Killings in the ring, and there it was right behind his head. And it was like, oh, hell no.
Ron Killings is Tracy Chapman. My God. My God. That's all I could see when I saw him after that. I was like, Tracy Chapman.
I don't know the words. I'm sorry. It's something about a fast car.
Fast car. Hit. Number one hit song, Tracy Chapman.
30. It just turned 30 years old.
Holy shit. She has a song called The Promise, Jay, which is like amazing. Have you heard that song? Oh, talk about breaking your heart, man. Holy shit.
I haven't had that in my tape deck in a while.
I like Zach Bonner for what the Alexandra York reference in the chat there. Very nice. I'm a WCW guy, so that's very nice. Mildred Harris is saying, I found out last night that primetime Brian Lee is the Harris brothers' cousin and not their little brother. That's true. He's their cousin. Also found out that the Undertaker is a Harris brother cousin. Yeah, they're all related. They're all related in some way. I think to the Harrises, I think he's distant. I think he's like second or third. But Primetime, I believe, is his first cousin.
Well, the Harris brothers used to be in the WWF before this, right?
Yeah, they're all in the DOA together. All of them, yeah.
Okay. See, I wasn't watching WWF back then.
They all were a part of a crew. If you notice, they all have a tattoo that says BSK, Bonesaw Crew. I believe it's called. Taker's got it. The Harris has got it. I think Primetime's got it. The BSK. So it was like Taker, the Harrises.
Yokozuna was in there.
Yokozuna. I don't think Yoko had the tat. Savio was in it, and then Godfather. So they were all. Then there were the Jacob and Eli Blue back before even all that. And then they shaved their heads, and they were creative control in WCW for a while. Dude, Uncle Zebekiah was their manager in WWF. That was Dutch Mantel. Dude, there's a lot of wacky trivia out there, J-Mo. Wacky trivia.
Yeah.
So Killings wins on this one. Gives him that gut buster, that gourd buster that he does. But then he gets attacked by this masked man. Guy in an all-white jumpsuit comes out, beats the shit out of him, and leaves. Bone Street Crew. Sorry, did I say Bone Saw? Bone Street Crew. My bad. Thank you, Mir. Bone Street.
I was thinking of the barbecue sauce, bone sucking sauce.
I was thinking Bone Saw like Randy Savage in Spider-Man. Bone Saw is ready. Ready. I was thinking Bone Saw. Yeah, Bone Street. You're right. Thank you, Mir. So who's the masked man? J-Bone. Let's put a guess out there right now. I don't remember who the masked man is. I kind of do. I don't.
The first thing off the top of my head was like, okay, he's covered from head to toe in white with a white mask. Mm-hmm. Does that mean he's covering up something that would give him away? So my first thought was like CM Punk, but I was like, I don't know.
Not that early. Well,
because I mean, he debuted a few weeks ago, but he was in a tag team with Ace Steel.
Yeah. Who's his trainer? But I kind of remember who this is, and I'm not positive. I'm not going to render a guess. I think I might give it away. I think I do know. I don't want to say though. But let's see. Yeah. So put a guess, guys. Put a guess in the chat. Let me see what you guys think is. Mr. Wrestling 3. Dead Punk Gage is saying the Grim. All right. So we'll see. Let's get some guesses in here. All right. Next up is the SATs versus the Flying Elvises, or what's left of the Flying Elvises. Jorge, Estrada, and Jimmy Yang. Yang is back from his tour from All Japan Wrestling, I believe, All Japan Pro Wrestling at this point.
Yep, another
Plum Tree's on the ramp again. Again with more of a Plum Tree here, Jay. You gotta do the clipboard gimmick. You gotta do the notepad gimmick. There you go. That's nice. J-Bone Plum Tree. There you go.
Professor J-Bone.
Professor, Dr. Uncle J-Bone. I was watching this match, Jay, and I'm like, man, the Elvises deserved better in terms of like they're good, and I think they got pigeonholed with this gimmick.
Oh, this gimmick is just I mean, yeah, they're one of the best. I'd say top 3 tag teams in the company at this time, absolutely bar none. But with or without Siaki, don't matter.
Yeah.
Estrada and Jimmy Yang are so money.
They're great. I wish they could have evolved it into something else for them. Dead Punk Gage, don't say it. I think I know this too. Don't say it. Let's if you know it for sure, don't put it out there. Global War is the Billy Gunn yes. All right, we'll see. The guy had some height though, that's for sure. The guy he was a taller guy.
He was about the same size, but not super muscular. So it was like X Division-esque, if you could say.
Yes, I think I know.
Because there aren't a lot of really big guys in this company yet.
True. You're right.
There's a few. There's like the Harris brothers, Brian Lee, Storm, and Chris Harris are you can call them bigger guys. But
we had them early. Early on we had Malice, Shamrock.
Yeah.
Justice, who was Abyss. They were there early, but they cycled at Hall. Tall guys, but it was a good match. Yang, it was good. Like these guys are good. The finish came when Yang was on the outside with one of the SATs, and Siaki comes out, distracts Jorge, and he jumps up on the apron like, tag me, come on, we're boys. And Jorge's like, really? And so he gets suckered into it.
Never trust the guy in black.
Never trust the man in black. Goes to tag Siaki. Siaki jumps down and is like, screw you, man. And then Siaki turns. Then Jorge gets caught and then pinned by the SATs. So that's the SATs win. Number 1 contendership, the tag team title next week against AMW. So we're elevating the SATs. Boom. Immediately you got the SATs elevated up. I guess I wanted the Elvises to get something, but I see where they're going with this. The eventual feud here with Jorge and Siaki has been brewing for a while, Jay. Brewing for a couple weeks now.
It's got to be with no Elvis.
No Elvis. That's the thing. You got to strip the Elvis gimmick down here.
Yeah, like you can keep them together, but man, yeah, get rid of the jumpsuits, burn them all.
I just think like you end up pigeonholing them into this, and you couldn't really evolve them out. And that was the problem. Siaki, you did, and that was a perfect opportunity to do the others. You didn't have to keep them all into that.
Yeah, and this is a time when, definitely a time period of wrestling where you're getting out of the gimmick. Like everybody's got to have a gimmick. No, not everybody has to have a gimmick. You can have a style, and what you look like can, represent that style. But, yeah, I mean, you see less and less of that. I mean, there's, like Shark Boy, but it's kind of it's a different twist on a lucha mask.
I will say this. Gimmicks get remembered. To this day, the people remember the Flying Elvises more than they remember, like, David Young. Or who?
The Maximos.
Yeah.
Or SATs.
SAT. It's true. People, TNA fans, Impact fans will talk more about the Elvises than they would about the SATs. It's just like you remember gimmicks.
It was the first match.
Yeah. Dead Punk Gage is asking whatever happened to the SATs. I asked Red when I met Red a few months ago. I said, where are your cousins? And he says they're trying. They pop up once in a while. They don't really talk much anymore. They pop up here and there, but they're kind of cycled out of the business. So that's it. I don't know why they kind of went astray, because Red did break out. As you guys watch these with us, you'll see that Red breaks out huge. Like it becomes, you can't stop Red at this point. He becomes unstoppable as like the thing for the early 2000s, man. Like he is the guy. We're going. Siaki's coming back through the back. Goldie tries to stop him for a word. Jerry Lynn attacks him. Jerry attacks him. This is stemming back to, I believe, last week, where Siaki got involved in his stuff. So Jerry's attacking him. AJ Styles comes up to break it up, acting like he's security. So Jerry's thinking he's being held by security, Jaybone. And Siaki's taking him out. AJ gets some shots in. Bada bing, bada boom. They end up throwing Jerry into like a road case. And AJ sits on top of it. And I'll let you take it from here, how he starts acting.
Oh, he's just goofy as hell.
Yeah.
He's very animated, very cocky, very goofy. And it's so funny because if you watch his current gimmick, which is very cocky and a little exaggerated, it's the exact same thing. It's so funny.
Is that what he's doing now?
It's like when he's very okay. So he's going up against Undertaker at WrestleMania, and so he's got to really talk himself up. He actually called him out, and then he's very, and he's got the Good Brothers with him and stuff like that. So he's got to talk big, talk tall.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same but different, and it's like, oh my god, it started back then. It's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
Because
like 18 years ago.
Because when he started on this show, he was just white bread, but his moves were insane. Now he's starting to show a little charisma, and he's starting to show a little character, and so it's like, oh my god. So it's like you've seen it on and off throughout the years, and here's the beginning of it. It's so damn funny.
Think about this. You're talking nearly 20 years for him to get to that point. And just crazy to think AJ Styles has been wrestling for about 20 years. That's insane to me. Like 20 years?
And that's
a long time.
That's one of the main reasons I'm having so much fun watching these is his introduction to wrestling, so many wrestling fans worldwide, and to look to where he is now headlining with The Undertaker. I'm just like, damn, that's just whether you love the company or not is irrelevant. That's amazing. Okay.
That's so crazy.
Hats off to him.
He's, like I said, no matter where he goes, how many WrestleManias he headlines, AJ Styles he's an Impact guy. He's a TNA guy. That's it.
Oh yeah.
He's forever a TNA guy. That you can't deny it. That's it. He's one of ours.
One of the few that were given that spotlight.
Yeah. And he had that moment. He's just evolved. It's an evolution of career. But you see that here. You'll watch early AJ, and it's pretty intense, man. It's so crazy to see him that way.
This is interesting.
Vince Russo really helped this character develop. Yes, that's very true. And AJ is very open about that. AJ and Vince Russo are really good friends. They're both very religious guys. And he credits Russo a lot for helping him develop that character. So not enough credit for Vinny over there. I love Vince. I'm a big Vince Russo fan. I am, as I said before, I'm a subscriber to his network. I think he's very miscast. He's very miscast for how much he's done for the for business. But anyway, we'll go off that. Hakeem Forth is in the house. What's up, man? Going. All right, cool. Let's keep going here, Jay. So immediately following, like, Siaki's on his way out. He's on his way out to the ring for his match. He comes out, and I love the continuity. He's sweating. He just came out of that backstage segment. That's a one take and done. That's it. I love that about it.
No, and then after he did all this stuff, did you notice how he was walking out there?
He's no shirt.
He was
sweaty,
paranoid as hell.
Oh,
he'd walk a few feet. Like, okay, I just did some shit. Now I gotta watch out because someone's probably gonna get me. So he'd walk a little bit. He'd kind of like, eye of the crowd, because everybody's jumping out of everywhere nowadays in these episodes. So he was actually like really realistic to how the company is right then. Anybody's doing anything. He'd walk a little bit, stop, do one of these, walk another 10 feet, kind of like duck around the camera. Like, I mean, it was great. It was really great.
That's awesome. That to me is really cool. That little detail, man, is so key. When he comes out, his opponent's David Young, who's back after a long hiatus. They mentioned he was on a tour of Japan. He's back with a renewed focus, 30 pounds lighter, and he's no Bobcat with him. Bobcat, who was the wife of Al Snow. You know that, Bobcat? I think I might have mentioned him when we first saw her. Bobcat is Al Snow's wife.
Speaking of Bobcat,
yes,
we found out what kind of cat our cat is.
Oh, Ozzy, the mascot? What kind of cat is he?
Mr. Ozzy Posborn is a pixie bobcat.
A pixie bobcat. Okay. Will he be making an appearance on Thursday's show?
Maybe. I can arrange it.
All right, we'll see. Just a cameo. He took over the one show. It's a cameo this time. That's
He's getting big. He's getting healthy. He's getting stronger and stronger by the day. He's just an amazing cat.
Oh man, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's
he's doing
cool.
really good. Yeah, we're getting there with him.
Very nice.
His appointment to get fixed was supposed to be today. Was canceled with everything going on. So
I imagine it's going to be going on a lot. So
we're trying to get him fixed because we want to get him with the rest of the cats. All right, continue.
All right. Quick match. Siaki and David Young. Nothing too crazy. Siaki wins with the money clip.
This was a really good match, though.
It was. David Young is very good, man.
It was crazy to see how good David Young was on his own with no distractions, no Bobcat at ringside, just him. Just, and he just, I mean, they played off each other. Great chemistry in the ring, considering we hadn't seen him since whenever.
You could tell they're setting him up as like a workhorse, right? Like he's going to be a work, even though he lost, but they're basically letting you know that this is a workhorse guy. He's going to be your wrestler's wrestler here. So I like that. I like that they put him over. He looked okay in defeat. I didn't mind it. I'm looking forward to having him back. We go to the back. Goldie's back there with Ron Harris, and he's tagging with a new guy. No Brian Lee. This was weird. He talks about their upcoming tag team match against AMW, but there's no Brian Lee. So I'm curious what happened to Brian Lee here, Jay. I don't know where this came from, but he tagged with a guy named Ashley Hudson, which we found out later. But in the promo, he just said the Australian. I'll be with the Australian. And the best part of this promo, Jay, the best, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Goldie asks him a question, and he just goes, "Shut up, bitch!" And he goes, "Hey, quit moving that goddamn camera around. I'm sick of this MTV shit."
Yeah. Oh, because he mentions a deal that he made with his brother. So that's like a little underlying thing about like their relationship out there.
She asked him about that. Yeah.
She's like, "So what deal are you talking about?" He's like, "Shut up, bitch."
Yeah, shut up, bitch.
And you could hear the crowd in the back, like behind the wall or wherever they were, like react to it because they're watching this on the screen too. And they're
but he's like, "Stand still. I'm sick of this MTV shit." The cameraman, because the camera's doing that like
poor Goldilocks.
The camera's doing this whole thing like and he's like, "Stand still, goddamn it."
Are we sure it wasn't a young Kevin Dunn?
Oh man, a young Kevin Dunn. I think Kevin Dunn's been young for a while. Ashley Hudson. I know nothing about this Ashley Hudson. I just know he comes out waving the Australian flag. It was so random. Like no explanation where Brian Lee is. Did I miss it? Did they say anything about where Brian Lee is?
Oh, all they said was it's like, oh well, because they lost last week, so I guess Harris thought that he and Brian Lee weren't a good match, so he decided to get someone else. That's like pretty much all they said, I think.
So weird. Like, this whole thing going on with Brian Lee, and all of a sudden it was like, yeah, he's gone. Here's this random Australian dude.
Yeah.
Who I know nothing about.
Crikey.
He was waving his it was so easy to get heat. All he was doing was waving around his Australian flag.
And the boomerang.
Crowd everybody's like, USA, USA. I'm like, man, it was so easy. The Southern crowds are the best because they love reacting. It's awesome. Not too bad of a match. I mean, let's see here. What about 7 minutes? It was a little short for what it was. AMW squeak out a win. They allude to the fact that they are still undefeated. The AMW is still undefeated on this one. And then Harris goes nuts. Ron Harris just loses his mind. Just beating up everybody, taking everybody out. But then, Jay, you can talk about this. They come face to face, Jay. Let's go. Let's hear. Let's have you break this part down. Security comes in.
Security
starts taking them out, and then
it's another like Benny Hill segment. Everybody comes in, gets their ass kicked, and Big Brother comes in. Another Harris.
Well, not Big Bro. You can't say Big Bro. I mean, they're twins.
Well, he
It's
is
Blue Jay's mind.
he is bigger, but like when they're looking like nose to nose, Don Harris he's bigger. So, but he gets in a ring and they're going back and forth. He starts shoving, and Don just drops him,
Takes him out.
and Ron's sitting there on his ass looking up like, what the?
He's like, what are you doing?
What the hell?
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
This is not part of the plan.
So there's some little underlying feud there. I'm looking up Ashley Hudson over here. Interesting. He had a match in WCW. And he also known as Ozzy. That was his other name. Trained by superstar Bill Dundee.
That was listed on the name bar when they came out. It said Ashley Ozzy, as it's like he's Australian, so usually it would be Aussie. No, it's Ozzy, as in
Ozzy,
the rocker Ozzy. So it was so weird.
Looks like he made a bunch of appearances on WCW Worldwide and Saturday Night. So the third tier stuff, jobs, tag with a guy named Corey Williams a lot. So he was in the mix a little bit, down there. Interesting. That's so I'm fascinated by some of these statistics sometimes, man. Very cool. It was interesting to see. Now we're gonna see. Do we get a 1-on-1? Do we get the feud with the brothers this soon? Do we build it up? Do we keep going with it? We'll find out.
I think they got to team up at some point.
Team up.
Like it's gonna like surprise, like, because I make sure I get the right name here, because Ron said it.
What do you say?
But Don is like denying it.
Oh,
like they got something agreement? Like they've got something going on.
Did he say that wasn't part of the plan? Because I missed that part if he said it.
I think he mouthed something like that after he got got himself knocked on his ass. He mouthed something like that. It was something to, not probably that exact verbiage, but he was like, it was, what the hell? That's not what you were supposed to do, or whatever. Yeah. So there's some underlying thing going on. We just got to be patient and follow it, because it's got to happen.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we cut to the back real quick. Jerry's back to where the Elvis is, kind of hanging out, which is random. Breaking news.
I want to give a quick shout out to Paul in Hawaii. What's up, man? Stay safe out there.
Yeah, man. 10 cases in Hawaii. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Hawaii's a big tourist destination. Shit, man. It's hitting Hawaii now.
Yeah. Be safe.
Definitely be safe. I should have Paul talk to Nurse Nicole. She's from Hawaii. She's from the Big Island. A town called Laie, something like that. I don't know. But she's from Hawaii. Anyway, that sucked. Guys, stay safe, man. Stay safe. Shit, that's scary. So Elvis are back there with Jerry, just kind of hanging out with them, taking care of them. But the next match, Jay, it is probably the best action match to date in all 15 of these episodes that we've watched. Recommended on, like, this was one of the ones even Meltzer put over as a nearly 4-star match. This was Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles ladder match for the X Division title. Holy shit. This was an insane match. Oh, also with Plumtree. Now with Plumtree watching on this one too.
Plumtree, yeah, he was watching this one. The first one with Amazing Red and Shark Boy. So do it like this. He watched the Flying Elvis's one.
Yep.
He probably watched another one in between there, but yeah, he was also watching this one.
Yeah, he was all over the place. He was all over the place watching these matches. So we're getting somewhere with Plumtree. But my God, Jay, let's talk about this match. This was Siaki interfered. He got involved in the mix too. But we'll talk about that in a second. But what about this match? They took some bumps, Jay. Let's hear it.
And the crowd was interesting too on this one.
Yeah.
Especially at the end. I know I'm jumping ahead here, but
no, it's fine. Talk about it.
Like so for as long as Siaki was out there, he really didn't do much. I mean, this was
I just gotta watch
for a no DQ match. This was a pretty clean match. I mean, they kicked each other's ass and they threw each other all over the place with the ladders. I don't know if there was any chair spots. I can't remember.
I don't remember chairs. Definitely ladders for sure.
But yeah, they did some insane chair spots, like, you know, slammed from the top to the bottom. Not chair. I keep saying chairs. Ladders getting like kicked into each other's heads, and oh my god, brutal
match.
CTE all over the place.
I just couldn't. I was like, man, how do you pull some of this stuff like this? It was so intense. I was like, holy shit, man, this is incredible. How they were taking some major bumps.
How they both walked out of this one.
And I don't know. You could have fooled me. I have no idea. Siaki interferes. He ends up distracting Jerry, getting involved, and he costs Jerry the belt. JJ gets up there, gets the belt. So this whole thing again, schmaz. Like there's all this going on. Post-match beatdown. Siaki and Styles beat Jerry down. They're beating him down on the ramp. They bring him into the ring. They beat him down. The X Division roster comes in, makes the save. Brawl. Then Bullet Bob comes out. Bullet Bob, the commissioner, comes out. And he's like, I'm sick of this. You know, you think you're gonna get away with this? This is all bullshit. You're not gonna run amok with our. This is one of the most respected titles in the NWA right now. You're not gonna have your way with it. And he reverses the decision.
He gives it back to Jerry, and the crowd boos him.
They booed, even though Jerry is a face here.
They did. He's laying there, you know, half conscious in the arms of Amazing Red. Amazing Red looks like the long lost lover behind him, just holding him like.
I caught that too. Look very like comforting. It's okay. Hey, you're gonna be all right. You'll be all right, buddy. You got this. You got this. The crowd did boo. And I think they booed because people like title changes. And it was such a good match. You're like, damn, that match deserved a title change because it was so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't deserve to get reversed because, I mean, yeah, there was chaos at the end, but that's post-match, you know? And everybody got jumped in on that one. So, yeah, so that was a bit of a head-scratcher, you know? But we just got to, you know, I think, you know, if you want to bring a little more heat on AJ, hey, I mean, it's inevitable that he's going to get it. But,
yeah. It's inevitable, but it was like, man, I don't know. I know it was a heat spot, you know, it's just somewhere to get a little like the crowd like reacting and that dusty finish, but it was a great match.
Oh,
great. Let's not take away from the match itself was fantastic.
What those two guys did to each other, the bombs and everything, off the ladder and that's
what I'm saying, guys. Tweet Jerry Lynn your appreciation. It's Jerry Lynn on Twitter. He's so good. So good. What a veteran, you know, talk about a guy who helped develop AJ Styles. Jerry Lynn was that bridge, man. What he did for AJ's career is immeasurable.
Quite the leader in the locker room in the early days of NWA-TNA.
Oh, big time indeed. But man, awesome match. Just highly recommended. But Jerry Lynn, it's 17-minute match. It was a long match, though, Jay. It was a pretty long match.
It was.
It was not a short match.
It was. I think it was the longest one of the episode. The one with I didn't check the timing, but Truth and Low Key went pretty long too. They went all over the damn arena.
Truth and Low Key was about 15 minutes. And
so it was close.
So it's close, yeah. It was pretty close. But yeah, man, crazy stuff. But now we go to Don West. He hypes up next week's card. And then we got the main event, J-Bone, BG James, 6-Pac taking on Brian Lawler and Jeff Jarrett with April in the corner. What's up? What do you got? Breaking news? Got something for me?
No. Well, breaking news about next week.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
Chris Rock is going to be on the show.
Yes. I mentioned this early on. We started doing these. I knew there was an episode with Chris Rock.
Episode 6, not on here.
Yeah.
The show we're talking about. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, the one coming up next week. I mentioned to you that there was one that he was on. I just didn't know which one it was going to be. This is the one, episode 16. is going to have Chris Rock. I'm excited. I remember it. Anybody seen Head of State by with Chris Rock? That's the wrestling scene is filmed right here. And this,
they said they were going to be filming stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. The scene's actually pretty cool too. Check it out. But no, so next week is Chris Rock. It's the first, I don't know, that first, I don't want to say first celebrity because they had Toby Keith, some football players. But I mean, at the time, 2002, I mean, Chris Rock was huge, man. Chris Rock coming off of his, what was that album he did at the time? Was it not, I'm trying to remember the album he put out, but Chris Rock was pretty huge at this point, J-Bone. I gotta say, like for him,
late 90s, early 2000s, there was CB4, there was New Jack City,
and his albums,
I love New Jack City. I love that movie.
Great movie, man. New Jack City is an underrated movie for sure. Underrated movie. But dude, yeah, he was huge at the time. Chris Rock is like a big star, and this is a company only been around for 4 months at this point. So it was like a big deal that he was coming here, and I thought it was pretty special, man. It was he was still riding the wave off that special he did, Bigger and Blacker, that came out in '99. So it was like riding that wave because it was like everybody was into Chris Rock for those 3 years. That was it.
Yeah, I remember some of I remember some of the movies. I don't remember the stand-up, but
I think it's pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. Bigger and Blacker is a great album, though.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. So next week we're gonna get Chris Rock. Now, the main event here. This was interesting because the BG and Six get on the mic, and so Lawler and Jared are in the ring, and I love Jay watching Lawler react is fantastic. That was April, and Six says, "If you keep treating April like that, I'll keep banging her behind your back, and then maybe if you ask, I'll let you watch." And I just hear Lawler go, "Oh!"
And April's like,
she's just like, whoop. It was, but his like reacting,
I
like,
didn't do that.
It's so fucking, man.
I didn't do that.
Brian Lawler is so underrated. My God, he's so quirky as a character.
He sold that great.
He sold it so good. I was like, man, this guy's so freaking funny the way he reacts to shit. I love it. But pretty good match. Skipper attacks Six at one point during the match, so they kind of go off in this direction here. So Skipper's he's pissed off he's not in the match. He gets involved. He attacks Six. So now you're branching again. You're putting your landmines in, branching them this way. BG ends up pinning Lawler to win it, and then they both get attacked. So post match beatdown, Elix, Jarrett, Lawler beating those three down. The SATs make the run in, do the save. Then the Truth comes in
along with Amazing Red, and Truth.
Red,
and Truth once again standing tall next to Jarrett with the championship. It's like
so weird. It's weird, but
it's funny.
J-Bone, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Right.
Think about that for a second. Now, think about that. The show went off the air with the heels reigning supreme, which normally doesn't happen at TNA or in NWA-TNA at the time. The heels went off supreme on this one.
Yeah, like BG gets the pin, but the heels get the beatdown, and that's what you remember.
That's what you remember, yeah. That's classic heel thing. The heels are the last ones you see. As far as they're concerned, they won. They closed the show.
Right.
So that was it, man. That's how we ended it. They set up a nice 16 is set up for a hot show because, and I like what they did. Now that you mentioned Chris Rock is going to be on, they pretty much set you up for a hell of a show next week. They're like, they're going to knock out of the park when Chris Rock is on. And I think that's really cool because like they knew they have to. So they set you up all your feuds. Your card for next week is set and very nicely at this point. So I think it's cool. I think 16 is going to be a great episode. Now, I really am looking forward to it.
I'm trying to keep track, like which ones were done together.
Was it
is it odd than an even? It's like 13, 14, and then 15 and 16. Is that how they're doing it?
Well, they remember, keep this in mind. They came back, remember, after that break.
Right.
And I think 13, 14 were done. I'm not sure because I'd have to look at the best thing to do is look at the taping date and then the airing date.
In the front row and check a couple of the signs, because if you could see like if people are wearing from episode to episode in the front row, like there's a couple key people you always see in the crowd in the front row. There's that one lady always screaming the hair off her head. And
I'm going to look right now. I'll tell you right now, actually, because I think Cage Match, which I use a lot for this stuff, for these like just like reference points, will list like the recording date and then the broadcast date. And I think I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to look it up. I think they do tell you. Let's see what they have listed. So that's interesting. Yeah, because they are done in blocks. They're always done in twos, right? Because
at least I'm pretty sure they are at this point. That's
yeah. Let's see if they. Here we go. Episode director. Oh, that's Explosion. Oh, they actually taped Explosion at that time too. Here we go. Hang on. Hold on. Let's see. 15. I'm looking for 16, guys. Where's 16? But no, it's interesting, Jay. Talk about maybe some of the stuff they got set up. I mean, think about it. You got You got all these heels. You got the sick stuff. Elix Skipper was all over this show though, Jay.
He was. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of comical the way he was whining, but he was obviously still a focal point,
And that's the thing. I like that they set him up. They kept Elix strong. Then they oddly pulled him out of the match. He was kept strong enough to say, hey, this guy is, and I forgot about him. He's around and he's going to be doing something. They at the time didn't know what. Let's see, 16 for some reason.
He attacked Amazing Red at the end of his match. And then when Elix Skipper jumped the ring and started beating down Six and BG James, Amazing Red got him back. So there you go. That's some X Division stuff going on there. Elix Skipper, Amazing Red.
Yep. Looks like 16 is taped the week after. They actually did tape it live the week after.
Oh, okay.
According to this. So they went fresh
14,
on this
15, 16, 17. Okay.
And I think why is because they got the Chris Rock thing going on. They probably wanted a hot, fresh crowd, hype it, say, hey, pack this room up because we're going to get a Hollywood star in here.
Yeah. And so they got the rematch of the ladder match between AJ and Jerry. So part 2 of that one. And they're trying to say, okay, no shenanigans this time. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But
fat chance. We'll see.
You might as well make it a lumberjack ladder match. It's
that's true. That's very true. So we'll see, guys. Well, that was it. That was episode number 15 of NWA-TNA, the weekly shows, the classic stuff. We're going to keep doing this, guys. Remember, now what we said at the top of the hour was that depending on how long the Impact is taped for the month, depending on how long this whole band goes, if we can't get fresh shows by then, we will either double these up or we'll go back and start doing some of those old specials, the recent specials, the Twitch specials and stuff. Maybe we'll do that, Jay. We'll have to decide. We're going to talk about it, though. We got to come up with a plan B for sure.
Impact Plus is loaded with a lot of little nuggets of classic NWA/TNA/Impact wrestling stuff. Those the 60, I don't know what they're called, the Impact in 60 or whatever. There's like a dozen of those different kind of specials we can do. There's specials on rivalries. There's so much stuff, and it's good content. So yeah, I mean, the worst comes to worst, we're gonna start diving into that stuff, and it's always stuff that I've wanted to dive into anyways at some point. Because hey, it's called you're getting your money's worth off the website, right? So
absolutely.
Miller's asking,
didn't they tape every week live? Initially, Millard, they were doing double ups. I think at this point they might have gone to the live every week. So according to this, they're going live. So yeah, I think at this point they were settled into the Nashville Fairgrounds pretty nicely, so they can go live every week. But yeah, man, definitely some interesting stuff to come. Elix Skipper is very underrated. Yes, Hakeem Fullerton, absolutely. Very, very underrated. And I don't know, he just disappeared. I heard he ended up doing stunt work or something. I don't know what happened to him. And I was hoping that maybe the TNA show, they got him back, for the reunion or something. It would have been nice to see Elix again. I don't know where he lives.
It was
what he
Triple
does.
X, right? Low key,
Triple X,
CD, and
yeah, we're about to get to that, and that's gonna come up very soon. As these as we unfold on this. But dude, he was he did some good stuff, man. I mean, he was definitely he was a great wrestler, dude. Like Elix Skipper was really, really good at what he did, and I was really hoping that he could have had a longer run. I forget that he was a WCW Cruiserweight champion. I totally forget about that.
Yeah, they mentioned that in this one. Yeah, it had to have been towards the end, and I was kind of on and off towards the last year that WCW was around, and I started watching a little bit of WWF, because the company just started getting really crazy with their booking.
I just totally forgot that he was a Cruiserweight champion, and I'm trying to see. He beat. I'm just from my own trivia here. He beat Lance Storm. Oh no, he was awarded the title by his Team Canada partner Lance Storm, who called it the 100 kilograms and under championship. That's right. That was the Team Canada. Skipper was in Team Canada.
Like a metric thing.
Yeah, and it's like 100 grams or less. That was so he gave him the belt. It wasn't like he won it, unfortunately.
But over to Europe, it's Stones.
It's Stones, yes. But he did I forget this though. He never had the X Division title. I forgot about that. I thought he did, but he's had enough tag team reigns coming. But we'll see. Yeah, interesting. He was such a good athlete, though. I really hope to see him someday. I'm trying to look at his bio here, and there's nothing. I mean, I know he did start off with the Alliance thing in WWF when he did go there for a minute, and then he was gone. I don't know, man. That was it. Let's see what it's. The only thing we got here is he has 4 children and 2 previous marriages, 2 daughters, 2 sons. A 22-year-old son named LaMarcus Skipper was killed in 2009 by a gunman who was in his home. Wow. He's been a manager at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill in Douglasville, Georgia since 2017. So that's where Elix Skipper is. Anybody in Douglasville, Georgia, you want to find Elix Skipper, that's where he's at, man.
There you
Crazy. Go. There you go, guys. So
give him some love. These are trying times.
I would love to see Elix Skipper again. I mean, just gosh, he's so good. So good. But anyway, guys, well, I'll do it. That's episode 15. We'll be back with 16 next week. Jay, let's get some plugs in here. Where can people find you?
You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. You can also find Smash This Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you can find me personally on the Twitter box at Jaybone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150.
Very nice. Guys, you can find me at Vanilla Joke, Instagram and Twitter, or Hemi Music, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Give me a follow there. You can find the show, all social medias at We Talk Impact, or just type in Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. You can also listen to the show, not only on the OG channel right here on the Total Nonstop Impact YouTube, but you can also find it where podcast. And here we go. Ready, J-Bone? Here we go. Here's the Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and Spotify. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell Ozzy the Cat, tell Elix Skipper that we are here. We're talking Impact Wrestling, TNA, you name it. All the shows are here. We're adding more content. Impacted with Bison and Joker, also now available on the podcast feeds and all those channels. Check out Impacted with Bison and Joker, character profiles of Impact Wrestling roster. They're doing a great job, J-Bone. They got all microphones, new technology. How about that? They sound great. I know the first few episodes, a little rough with the technology. They smoothened all that out. They're sounding great. J-Bone's producing it, doing a hell of a job. Guys, we're building the Total Nonstop Impact brand really nicely. And again, thank you to the Impact Lounge for hosting us on the weekly show. All right. I think that's going to do it. Jay, anything else? Oh, I want to mention one more thing, Jay. Hold on. Guys, get your free trial to Impact Plus, 30-day free trial on Impact Plus. watch along with us. We're all stuck inside. Watch NWA-TNA. We're doing episode number 16 tomorrow. Get caught up. Watch along with us. Jay, got anything else?
In light of everything that's going on with shows getting canceled and everything, don't forget to still support your favorite wrestlers out there. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees. Follow them on social media. Some are doing special giveaways and like cameo shout outs. Like I know, Zach Wentz and his girlfriend, Kimberly, are doing some stuff on their social medias. Yep. Go find your favorites, look them up, give them help. Give them a helping hand because it's the least we can do. You know, get a t-shirt. You haven't bought a t-shirt in a while, get a t-shirt. You know, whatever money you were thinking of spending in a couple of weeks at these big shows, look them up. Go to buy some swag. Give them some love.
Buy Pro Wrestling Tees, buy their merch. I mean, they're all posting links. They're all posting links, guys.
Yes.
Definitely go in there. Go get some stuff. Ace Austin released a ton of stuff today. He's putting out a bunch. He's like, hey, here's a bunch of stuff I got. Support these guys. Support Impact Wrestling. Go to shopimpact.com. Get some merch. Support the companies. Support the guys. It's tough times for everybody. And hopefully guys can get some good stuff out of it too at the same time. All right, Jay, that's going to do it for us, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We are grateful for you joining us. Everybody, please stay safe out there. These are tough times for all of us. Take care of yourselves. If you need anything, you got your buddies Jaybone and Trent over here. You know where to find us. We will talk to you on Thursday with Total Nonstop Impact for the weekly show. I believe, Jay, this is the first one in Atlanta. Are we in Atlanta officially on this show coming up? I think we are.
Yeah, I think.
Yes. I think we're kicking off Atlanta, guys. So keep tuned. We'll talk to you then. Good night, everybody. We'll keep tuned at We Talk Impact on Twitter for times when we're going live. We'll let you know that. All right. Say goodbye, J-Mode.
Later, everyone. Be nice to one another.
All right. Good night, everybody.